Bully Dog Toyota Pace Truck pulls off. Here we go. Time to go racing. Round 2, Pro 2. Everybody thought this front row would bring us some excitement here in round 1. Let's see what happens. Woods on the inside and Ampudia on the out. Through turn 1, good, but not over the first jump. Holy smokes, Woods goes for a ride. Left rear completely ripped off the truck.
Wow. Demolished, and he's already got the window net open and he's getting out. That was a big ride that he took. These trucks designed for safety, head and neck restraints on all the drivers, 5-point harnesses, and they're going to red flag it for the restart. And normally everybody would rack up in their previous starting positions, but won't be the case for Robbie Woods, who...
Yeah, that one's done.
That one's all done. The number 99 Slick Miss machine. Let's take another look.
I didn't see any contact between him and
it looked like
Rodrigo.
They might have been touching. Wow, Ricky Johnson just escapes it. And what a great job by Kevin Probst getting on the binders to miss that.
Also, Todd LeDuc dodging that one, goes down in the infield. Here's a better look. If we can see it from the backside, we'll be able to tell if these guys got together.
They're touching right there, going up the face. And you can see Rodrigo was actually on the binders. He slowed down going up the face of the jump. He knew they were together, but he got out of it. He could have pushed him much harder had he stayed on the throttle.
So we'll get all these guys gathered back up and try it one more time. Stay with us here in Vegas.
Huge contact. John Hara taking a huge hit from Jeff Geiser.
It looked like he started. I think Geiser thought he started the race, and he checked up, and Geiser just wailed the back of him.
Wow.
Oh, look at the front end locking up. The front wheels locking up there on Probst's truck. He does do that by nature most of the time to keep the front end down, but that almost looked like it might have been a brake issue.
So Ampudia in the Papas and Beer Tecate truck. And right behind him is the number 54 Ready Lift Stronghold Motorsports of Rob Naughton. And then third place, first round winner in the Red Bull Bosch Power Tools truck, Ricky Johnson, who's in his cappered suit, so to speak. Look at him driving smooth to the inside, looking for a way around.
Oh, and right behind him, much like in round 1, Rob McCachran, who had to check up right there to keep from getting hooked up with RJ.
We'll see how this shakes out. Rob Naughton having a brutal round number 1.
Right here, though, having a good run as he's in second place and putting a lot of pressure on Rodrigo Ampudia. It would be a first career win for either one of those drivers if they can hang on. But there's 2 players behind them that will probably like to change it.
Yeah, not only that, Bryce Menzies is hawking back there in 5th, and Jeff Ward not far behind that. But Ampudia has traditionally been so quick and so willing to risk it. Naughton, a former Supercross racer that had great results. He knows how to position the vehicle for himself to win races.
He has a natural ability about him. There's no question about it. He's very fast. As we take a look at 3rd and 4th place there, the guys that put on the show a day ago. Pretty interesting what's going on here at the top of this field right now.
And for those of you that don't know, Robert Naughton, a runner-up for an AMA championship, former Supercross racer and professional mountain bike racer as well.
You can also see McCachran there actually wiping the face mask off with his hand as to not waste a tear off if he could keep from it.
Definitely a good technique. You saw a quick glimpse of the number 10 there, Greg Adler. Also see Bryce Menzies back there not too far in the mix.
Brand new truck for Rob Naughton. Beautiful piece of equipment if you get a chance to look at that. Of course, we'd love to have you out to one of our events anyways. Make sure you stop by and take a look at that one. The 7 truck of Bryce Menzies, who had such a great year 1 season ago. Oh. And that's what got him in trouble yesterday. Almost the same exact move at the same turn.
Great shot off the side of the Speed Technologies onboard with Jeff Ward. Saw Kevin Probst all over the side of him now, and Probst working from side to side, looking for a way around.
And again, when you saw Probst's truck up in the air and not way sideways, Ricky trying to take advantage of it right there. but Probst's front wheel's locking up while he's in the air.
And look at that, Ricky changes strategies, goes one side, back to the other, looking for a way. Also looking to put some pressure on Naughton.
Yeah, leaning on him. He's being very smart here, just kind of biding his time. Let's get it down to Crash, who has more on Robert Naughton.
Guys, take a look at Rob Naughton. He's in familiar territory when he races against Rodrigo Ampudia because these guys have a history going back to their Pro Light days. And that is actually where Rob Naughton has excelled, is in Pro Lights. But the Pro 2 class is what really separates the men from the boys. And as you see Ricky Johnson behind them, he's about to show them, or at least he's going to want to show them, what men versus boys really is.
Greg Adler, just a very solid, consistent driver with the four-wheel parts number 10 truck.
He's had some problems, some issues here and there, but he always seems to put himself in a position of contention. And speaking of contention, man, we have a battle right up front.
I got to tell you, I'm not sure Naughton isn't just a little bit quicker than Ampudia. And right when I say that, it looks like he might get a pass on him here. Maybe he can get a little breathing room if he can get in front of Rodrigo.
And he does. He cleanly gets by Rodrigo, and here comes Ricky down to the inside. But Rodrigo is able to hold position number 2. But Naughton, as you said, maybe a little faster. He's gapping this field just a little bit, getting a couple car lengths. Oh!
Geyser with an ugly fire on the back of the Canada-sponsored machine. Truck number 44. Get out of that one. We'll have some cooked dog food here in a minute.
Maybe a transmission line or transmission giving up and fluid getting out on the manifolds, and the transmission's so hot.
Yeah, everything's down there. Obviously, the exhaust is down there as well, so whatever that was, obviously got on the header. Boy, I'll tell you, that's a big-time fire right there. Pretty scary, but of course, he is okay. Getting ready for the restart. Taking a look at Robert Naughton there with the Ready Lift back machine, owned by Stronghold. Bully Dog truck pulls off. Looks like Rob Naughton has got somebody that wants to pass him back.
A little head games there going to the restart. Getting in his head. So Ampudia trying to give chase here. Let us not forget Ricky Johnson in 3rd place and Rob McCachran in 4th. They were 1st and 2nd in round number 1.
Wardy up underneath McCachran there.
And Ampudia fresh off a win in the Pro Light division in the smaller truck.
It looks like Ricky Johnson's got something for him here. I mean, I think he's really just been biding his time. He's been patient, but he's been leaning on him. See if he can get him to make a mistake. Maybe right here, but when he gets in there, Rodrigo's just quick enough. It looks like RJ has to check up.
Well, RJ trying to tighten it up on the inside of that corner. Hard to carry as much speed there, but with these tight turns, oh, Rob Mack getting up a little bit on the bicycle, and at the same time, Rick Johnson with a little bit of wedge there. So maybe a little more breathing room for Ampudia now. Both of those guys with just a tiny mistake, and Rob might have had to get out of the gas a bit just because Ricky had wedged a bit right in front of him.
Yeah, it looked like Ricky was a little bit wide. That opened up the door for McCachran to drive underneath him. I think now what's going to happen is that little bit of gap, I bet you will give RJ enough room to get in some sort of rhythm to come up there and make a real hard charge at Rodrigo. Sometimes if you're really close, you can't get that charge. As we look at Carl Rennes that are here, the Lucas Oil back machine.
I totally agree with you, Ken. Sometimes you get right on a guy's bumper, there's not a good way around, and you start trying to fight for lines, and you start taking up too much speed. You start scrubbing it off, going to the insides, trying to make quick decisions. Sometimes when you lay back a little bit, you can find the line and carry momentum and use it 2 or 3 turns together to make it work.
Bryce Menzies, the number 7 truck, 3 wins from a year ago, finished 5th in the points, up on the podium countless times. An excellent job there as we have a great overhead shot. Let's go down to Crash.
Guys, we're all talking about 1, 2, and 3, but I'm keeping my eye on 4 and 5. Most particular number 4 because it's Rob McCachran. The guy got 2nd in round 1, and he knows how to drive these tracks well like anybody else, better than anybody else. So keep your eye on that Rockstar machine.
Well, a big part of that, needless to say, is tire choice and what you do with them.